Hi everyone, welcome to the Indie Game Development blog. This episode I'm just going to go over my attempt at trying to do a double jump script, which I'm doing now, and a bit of the graphics polishing. So, the script that's attached to the first person component that I've imported into my project is all in Unity script, and I know how to program a little bit in Unity script, but the way that they programmed it is just completely, I have no way to follow it. So, you see here I'm trying to make my own double jump script, trying to look at their script and put the same thing into my C# script, but it's just not working. Whatever they've got going on, it's just completely, I don't know. I honestly have no idea what to do. So I decided to cut that, first of all because it's incredibly hard for me to program. I don't know how to go about that now. And second, because I have a mechanic later in the game where the player jumps on it and they boost them up, so it's almost the same idea, just boosted them up farther than a double jump. So I decided just to drop the double jump completely because, I mean, you know, what's the point of having the two same mechanics in a game? You know, nothing different or anything. So in a second here, the clip will transition over to where I start doing the graphics polishing. So yeah, I think this is where I decide this is stupid. I'm giving up. This is dumb. So here, I decided since I can't access the alpha channel of the transparent shader, or at least I don't know how to, I'm just going to go ahead and make two different materials using the same texture, using the same shader, just have the opacity of one turned up and then one turned very far down. This way I've got two different materials for each color, one that's red, for example, bright red, and then one that's just a little bit hazy red. So you can see here, I'm just basically duplicating these and then just changing the alpha value. So, and then that means that I have to edit my script. What I have to do is add a script for every color now, instead where before I didn't really want to have all the coding on the character, but now I realize I need to have a script for every color also. So here I don't think I noticed that yet. I'm trying to put all the materials all in the character script, but it doesn't work out like that because I would have to keep doing calls to find the all the objects in the scene that have a red tag on them. That's too expensive. That'll take too much of the CPU power. So I instead opted for creating a script for every color: red, blue, yellow, green, orange, and purple. And then add on two materials onto each one of those. One for when it's activated, one for it when it's turned off. You see here, I still haven't got to that point yet. So yeah, here, now I decide I need to go ahead and just make the script. So what I do is just create two public variables, two materials, grab the red when it's on, red when it's off, and drag them both into it, and then whenever I call the activate script from the character controller, whenever I press like the button 1 for red, then it'll change all the physics layers, collisions, and then call an activate method that will be in every script for every color. When it calls that method, it's saying if it's not already activated, then change it to the on material, but if it is activated, then change it to the on or the off material. So this way, in every one of the whenever my switch case statement, I can keep calling to activate these colors or deactivate these colors, have them send it, and when they send it, then I'll just receive it and change the material actually on the object itself. This brought up another situation that I didn't foresee, where I would have to find every red object in the script and send them a activate method. I would have to send to every object. I would have to find them every time that you switch it. So whenever we switch it, I think I'll be adding it here in a second. See, I'm trying to do it here. So what I'll have to do is get a array. Maybe that's in the next clip segment. I'll have to get an array, find all the objects in the scene, put it in the array, and then just call from there which call deactivate or deactivate all of those. And I think the array is now in its actually own method, or the update method. Whenever you press it, I'll probably move that to the start function of the player script, mostly because to cut back on performance issues, instead of calling that every time you switch colors, which can make a little bit of lag, just call it at the start function, call it once, have all the red objects in the scene. They're not going to go away, and they're not going to be any added throughout while the player is on the level. So you can see here that it's actually working a little bit. See, it can turn off and it can turn on, and while I'm landing on it, see, I can go through it when it's activated or when it's not activated. So here is when I start getting the color array, and I have it called every time that we are changing colors. Like I said, I'll probably move that to the start function instead. You see, I'm just copying and pasting it, having to find it every time. So when we switch to red, we have to find all of the yellow, all of the blue, every object in the scene, and tell it to deactivate, which in my opinion, I think this will be very costly. So like I said, if I move this to the start function, I can cut down on a lot of coding, get it organized better, cut back on performance related issues. But I won't do this until I get to the optimization stage, which will probably be later in June, probably maybe even July. But this is towards the end of the video, so thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.